Where's my horns? I mean, ouch. Look at how beautiful they are. Look. Look at that. And I don't have any horns when I put on my mask. Mask. Helmet. Fail. Alright, I'm sure you guys know about that one. Moving on. Pack pigs, I know you guys are working on those. If I stand here and I turn my pig on, I'm running fast. I turn it off and things go great, but sometimes I turn it on and I move around and then why am I casting it again? Why am I putting it back on? Okay, it's on. I turn it off. Turn it on. Sometimes, even though I have the buff over there on the right, of course I can't recreate it, I'll turn it off, but it'll recast as if it's turning it on, or double taps the button. Maybe it's me. Turning it on, turning it off. Maybe you guys fixed it. I don't know. Anyway, sometimes I will cast it even though I'm just trying to get off of the mount. So that's one thing. Of course, the horns is another. Alright. I'm invulnerable. I try to get on my mount and nope. Can't. Gotta wait for that invulnerability to come off. I guess that's hopefully intended, maybe intended, I don't know. Kind of keeps us from moving too quickly from area to area. Not sure if that's intended or not. Again, I'm a player making some observations here. A little history about myself. I did play Shadowbane. I am old enough to be pre-internet, so I know things like Ultima Online, EverQuest. Oh, Shadowbane, EverQuest 2. Played them all, done it all, seen it all. And I'm very excited for your guys' game to come out. I've been waiting a long time for this world to recreate itself. I've been following you guys for a while. Not too dedicated. I've just been letting things, you know, develop on their own. I think it's very important that you guys get the player opinion, but at the same time, from other than people that just kind of go wah wah wah. My character doesn't do what that character does. Well, I get it. Your character shouldn't be able to do what other characters do. If your character can go invisible, that's its thing. I mean, not everybody is going to be an assassin. Not everybody is going to be a ranger. Not everybody's going to be a knight. They all have different roles, you know, yin and yang. Your character may be good at, you know, X, whereas another character is good at Y, and the third character is going to be good at Z. That's okay. Everything has its strengths and its weaknesses. That makes for a good game. What that does sometimes do is creates one kind of PvP character over others. I'm hoping that Shadowbane, excuse me, Crowfall can get it right. And what that means is where you don't have, you know, 90 assassins on the board because they're unbreakable. There's no way to combat that character. You know what I mean? Right now, the Blackguard seems to tank better than the tank classes, depending on how you spec it. Or maybe we're not specing our tank classes right. I don't know. Then you have to consider PvE versus PvP. Your PvE environment is never ever going to reflect your PvP environment. So that's a tough one to juggle. You know, my character's really good at killing the enemy mobs, but absolutely gets owned in PvP because, you know, insert reason here. I don't know that there's an easy fix for that. It's just, it's hard to do. The game is PvP centric. Know that before you download. It's crafting intensive. It's PvP motivated as far as the goals, and it's going to be a lot of player content. Hopefully the community doesn't turn into a lot of trolling, and it stays real, it stays fluid, it stays, what's the word I want to use, honorable? I don't know. But the game itself is beautiful. Very, very beautiful. I have no purpose for this video right now. This is the first video I've attempted. I'm recording it, and I'm going to post it later just to see if I can post it. But yeah, a few things about Shadowbane you need to know is PvP. If you come in for a grand PvE environment like WoW or any other game, you know, of this genre, of this type, I've seen very few of them that compete at such an early stage with what Crowfall has done. I'm very impressed. I think they know exactly where they want to go with their game. I think as players, we need to give them honest feedback, unbiased feedback. A lot of people have trouble doing that. You know, they want their character to be the best. Excuse me. Their character might be the best at something, but they're going to suck at something else. That's the duality of Crowfall. I keep wanting to say Shadowbane, I'm sorry. I just loved that game. I thought it was really good for its time. I think it got blasted by Blizzard. It's my personal opinion. The timing was what it was. So the game itself was awesome. Thank you. Loved it. Ready to play this one. Let's do it. So what I'm doing here is grave digging. Why do you grave dig? To get body parts, right? Everybody's like, body parts, why? Well, I went through the first 20 levels of my first character before I found my skills, as I'm going to call it, the Crow. When I found the Crow skills, the soul abilities, my abilities as a player. What does that mean? Question mark. So let me finish digging this grave here, and I will show you. We're invisible so we don't get thumped by somebody. We are in a PvP environment right here. You can see at the top of the screen there's the order, balance, and chaos, which is going to be changed, I assume, to sun, earth, moon. At least that's the talk at the moment. Anyway, inventory. You've got your inventory over here on the right, all your stuff, all of your secondary stuff. Well, rings, I guess to be primary, but anyway, so what you got in your inventory is your stats, this, that, and the other. Over here on the left, you've got different buttons. Here's your personal crafting window. All right, beneath that, you've got your skill tree, or not skill tree, excuse me, your skills, your spell book. These are when you pick things from your runes or disciplines over here, you have different runes you can select and buy and purchase and make. Each one of these runes gives you a skill or ability over here. Okay. So when I close this guy back out, I don't want to give away all my secrets. Not. Over here on the left, we go back to these different abilities. Well, me as a gamer, I jumped in this game and I was like, all right, let me just level and go, and each character will be cool. I wondered, why can't I name my characters? Well, this character right here is what they call a vessel. And when you dig up body parts, you get these parts here for the necromancy skill. See their necromancy resource. to create vessels. All right. When you create a vessel, they get better scores and caps. You see here you've got a current and a cap. Better vessels give you better caps and start you higher than a common vessel. So strength, let's say, would start at 60. This vessel started at 115. I haven't added a single point into strength, right? I added most of my points to dex to reach my cap. And that way it allows me to play with my gear a little differently because I can't go any higher. So I can add gear in different areas, constitution, spirit, intelligence, or strength, to get better scores to affect my skills differently. So support power does healing. See there? Stamina is for like mining and sprinting and stuff like that. Of course, health, self-explanatory. Backing up to my original statement, what did I not know when I first joined this game? And it was this little guy right here. This, I'm going to call it a barbell. Not sure. This guy here should be large, should be bigger. All right, developers, people should know about this the minute they join the game, because it's so critical. All right, what is it? Click. Okay, we're on this other screen. What is this? Okay, there's a tree back here. Awesome, cool. Spend skill points. Wait a minute, I thought I was leveling up my character and I thought I was spending my skill points. What is this? All right, I go back to it. And I'm going to hit this browse button right here. And this is a whole new set of skills. All right. This is, as you can see, there's a clock up here. This guy goes indefinitely. Once you pick your first profession here, right? Profession. This clock starts ticking and you start building resource. Right now I'm doing blacksmithing and exploration basics. All right, what does that mean? So I go back to browse and I've got 3 areas here: combat, crafting, and exploration. You start off in the basics. All right. You then pick an ability. I want to be a crafter. So I go to view skills. Oh, cool. What's all this stuff? Well, they start completely empty. This pool of points right here builds up over time, and you get to put them here. All right, you have to fill out 1 to 70 or 4 ticks, 1, 2, 3, 4. The 5th tick is just finishing it off, but the 4th tick will open up the next line. So then I have 3 more to choose from, etc., etc. So however you want to build your character, you spend these points. And now I say character. However you want to build you as a player is what you spend these points on. Why do I make that distinction? Well, let's go back. So you pick your skills, you pick what you want to do, blah, 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 and then you go back to playing your game. How does this affect you in game, right? Well, this guy, this particular character is Grisnak, a Minotaur Ranger. I'm like, well, wait a minute. I named it Mognail. How did I name it? Well, it's a crafted vessel. It's a higher tier. If you don't have that, you start off in Newbieville. You start off with a clean, fresh vessel. I'm going to log out here and show you what I mean. A vessel is something that your crow, when you die, you turn into a crow, Crowfall, right? You imbue your crow into a vessel, into a character, into a tune, right? They call it a vessel. So here you are. Everybody's a crow. Those passive abilities are for all your characters. This Templar, this Cleric, this Druid, that Mognail, my Ranger, my main, I guess I'd call him. This Myrmidon and this Cleric all share that same passive tree. You can go up here to skills, And there you go. You can affect this, I think, if you make a character, maybe before you make a character. I'm not even sure. I didn't do it until 20 levels into the game. I was like, son of a brr, okay. So that's what I think I know. Start this soon. Start this maybe as you build your first character, before you build your first character, whatever. Skills right there. You want to get that going as soon as possible, because everybody playing the game is building those skills as well. All right, they affect combat, they affect crafting, they affect your exploration skills, which is your primarily gathering skills, gathering resources for crafting, food, that kind of thing. The food definitely affects combat, and it affects your crafting and everything else. So that's the first thing I would strongly recommend, is getting that thing started. That's it for this first little video, and I'll post more as I figure out how to do it. And signing off.